And it looks like we are going to start here, folks. Welcome back. It is time to go. Let's go. Game 1. And we are off. And here we go. Game off to an early start here for the Raptors. Gaining some possession. Goes off the post. And we are off. And here we go. So far, so good. Raptors trying to just keep possession. And Fate Orbit's getting a chance to break that out. And a close attempt. And ball goes into the corner. And Static gets a goal.
Bro, what?
You're right. Did you want to?
What the heck?
Did you want to share, Dr. Harvey?
Raptors moving on in. And looking for an attempt here. Raptors push it into the corner. Moving out, Trust takes it back.
Go. Oh, wait, that's weird.
And we are live. We are good to go. Looks like we got a mic check here. Thank you very much. And this is game number 1. This is a best of 5 here. Raptors looking to try and break away here with a goal or two. Appreciate G1B for letting me know about the feedback. And we're off. Fate Orbit's trying to make something happen. Dribbling it on the car, but Static popping it up into the side and getting a chance to push it, but does not succeed. Trust does get it in there with a beautiful shot that goes off of a Woozy, off of Fate, Fate to Trust, Trust puts it away. Raptors holding their own right here in this best of 5. And Fate Orbits getting that in to make the game to 1. Great job by Fate Orbits. Gets in there, gets a chance to put a little body in front of that net and creates a goal opportunity. And we're off. Fate Orbits takes it up the side. Connor stays back. Awuzie plays a powerful defensive play that is going to be redirected and in. Wonderful job there by the 8th grader, putting defense into offense. Great job from the Raptors. Connor puts it into the corner. Awuzie thinking about how to place that shot, misses it off to the corner. Fate Orbits taking a shot to the side. Aquatics goes in, but it's redirected off of the post and back to mid. Trust backflipping it to the side. Awuzie missing it, but Fate Orbits trying to regain possession. Almost does, but Static redirects it back into the corner. And Aquatic gets a piece of it and gets it out of their trust into the corner. Boosts in, gets a piece, taps down below. Is it a, no, it's not. Owuzi recorrecting his car and getting back. Good rotation here by the Raptors as we are now almost 4 minutes into our first game. And I gotta say, so far a lot of action packed. Trust trying to make something happen, doesn't squeeze through but gets a chance. Fate going in, static off of the corner, but it's going to be pushed back. Owuzi trying to control it, looking at what Fate will do. Fate brings it in. Central Middle School from California versus Albuquerque, New Mexico here. James Monroe versus Central Middle School. Raptors. I've played Central Middle School 2 times before. One went to a best of 5, game 5. The other, I believe, was a shorter series. Central Middle School looking for a vindicated win here today. Down by 2 goals, 18 seconds to go. Both teams showing well for the beginning of this brand new season of the Western Regional Middle School Esports Conference. And it goes bar off the side to the next post, off the backboard. Static thinking about it. It's going to be another opportunity here. Aquatic thinking about it. Trust does. And that's going to do it there for game number 1. Shout outs to everybody in the stream so far. Glad you are with us here today. Big shout out to Ian McMaster out there watching from Portland. Shout out to all the West Coast crew. Remember, if you're in any Pacific or Mountain time zone, this is for you. This is a free league run on behalf of the educational benefits that esports brings, and we are just excited to have you with us today. Looks like on the board we have a pretty decent spread of points. Trust 300, Owuzi 300, Static 264. Well done there by an all 8th grade lineup here. Big shout outs to Fate Orbits with a big impressive showing on his team. Connor playing a supportive role, but lacking some of the points of Fate Orbs and Aquatic. Big plays there, but looking maybe a little bit more from there. 2 shots on goal by Aquatic, but nothing to match maybe the 5 shots from Trust. We're going to see what happens here in game number 2. Stick around here. We have more action. And we are off. Kickoff win. Raptors getting a chance at it. Big time players here. Pops it off to the side. Aquatic thinking about what to do. Gets nudged by his player. A little kind tap to say get in there. Let him know. Off the backboard. Owuzi, another backboard. Looks like basketball warm-ups. Popped off to the ceiling and back down. Fate. Down, up, Trust to the side. And that is going to be a Raptor goal. One goal game so far. Here we go. How's everybody feeling out there? Raptors taking an approach, thinking about how to break this out. Pops it up to himself. Owuzi gives an air dribble. Another tap again. And it's going to be enough to sink it in. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a beautiful play. Take a look at this. Passes, air dribbles, and gets the last touch. Going to be a beautiful play there by Owuzi to make it a 2-goal game. Central Middle School looking to capitalize here on what has been a predominantly Raptor second game. Taking a look, Owuzi with both goals. Trust 100 points, 1 shot, 1 assist. And in the wings, we also have Mint and Greg also going to be playing in the rotation here next week. In addition to this great match, we have a international match against a high school in Canada coming up next Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. You can catch that live here. We're going to have 2 champs and a grand champ versus, what I could fairly say with our squad here, 2 D3s and a C2. Maybe not. Actually, 2 C2s and a D3. I believe we have 2 champ 2s on the field and a D3, I believe. So it's very good competition we see here so far, especially at the middle school level. These players are at the top, I would say 1% of their age group, if not less than, across the country. We know there are teams across the country with grand champs, champs. We've seen it from Eisenhower. We've seen it from Paris. We've seen it from, I believe, Cheap Charter Middle School. A lot of opportunities here for these players to get an early start into high school esports. And Static, thinking about a chance, does. Makes it 5-0, gets a chance to push that in. Built Ford tough. I can't believe Ford trucks got in here before Tesla did. And wrap. Static gets another goal on there. Makes them pay right there. Big time goal. Big time goal. All right. And we are off here, folks. Let's see what can happen. You know, we're about 2 minutes in the game, and comebacks can come in many forms, and teams can also change their habits. We're going to see what happens in the remaining minutes. A bounce off the wall. Static potentially going to get a chance for this one. Does. Redirects it, but it goes wide. Uzi going to play defense on this as they come back. Pops up into the air. Fate gets a chance. Mr. Lopez comes in out the door. Great to have you. And we are back in it. Trust with the 7th goal. And we are good to go. Have a seat there, Mr. Lopez. It's good to have you on the stream. Oh, yeah. We are doing it real fresh here. It is game number 2. Raptors up 7-0 in what could be a breakout game. Fate Orbs getting a chance there with 165 points. Aquatic pushes it off to the side. Static off of the bar now. Aquatic going to try and push it out. Doesn't. And it's going to give Trust an opportunity. Lopez, you got sound coming through your headphones?
Yeah, I can hear loud and clear.
We're all good to go.
That was a nice shut off the rebound there.
Oh, man, this is awesome to have assistant coach Lopez with us on the stream. Just finished up the workday, hopped straight up the stairs, comes and joins us. Let's be in the classroom. Good thing, or there wouldn't have been a stream here this afternoon. Talk about teamwork here.
Is this practice or is this an actual game?
This is the actual game here. We're playing Central Middle School versus James Monroe Varsity, week 1 of the Western Regional Middle School spring season. So a lot to prove here with 2 new varsity players on the Raptors showing themselves what they got. Static and Trust taking a varsity spot in addition with Greg and Mint, who are waiting in the wings today. Going to be playing for week number 2.
Very nice.
Kind of getting that Socratic seminar. They're watching the new players. They're in the wings, kind of checking it out. You know, they're going, all right. Now we have 5 varsity players waiting at any moment to jump in. So it doesn't matter whether you got a dentist appointment or you get grounded. We all good.
Next man up.
Next man up. We need a next woman in. That's what we need. We need a lady Raptor on the team hitting ceiling shots.
That'd be great.
Shout out to you if you are a lady gamer. We'd love to have you from the Raptors. Beautiful shot, but blocked by Fate Orbs, who is just killing it on Central Middle School side so far.
And where is Central Middle School located?
California.
Oh yeah, what part? What, southern, northern?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to check up on that. Let's hear from the chat here. What part of California is Central Middle School a part of? It might be northern, I
Okay.
believe.
Because I'm a South cowboy myself, so
Okay.
that's why I was asking.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure, to be honest.
But yeah, in regards to the team, getting some more kids up, and we're losing kids to high school next year. One of my baseball coaches always said, "We're never rebuilding. We just reload."
Okay. That makes sense. I definitely feel that's true with esports. So I'm liking the fruit basket on Connor's car, though. It got me kind of hungry. I'm drinking this little fruit juice, but man, I'd love a little. Whoa! I love that. All right, sprinkle a little of that on it. Static comes in, titanium white fennec debut, hits the ball off the wall, taps it top shelf, and says, "How do you do?"
I like Static's simple custom car job.
No big deal, right?
Yeah, just a little hatchback, very unassuming.
Static's gonna be the one with the primer car.
Yeah,
We've all been there. Trust.
it's a sleeper at the light. Very nice goal.
These are all 8th graders, and I want to submit this footage to their driver's ed teachers, and say, just be forewarned about what we're all headed into. These kids think they can drive. Be careful. Where's the boost button in my car? Oh, I mean a turbo? I think. Does it have unlimited boost?
What amazes me on both these teams and just these kids in general is like their ability to like master these aerials so fast.
Oh, yeah. I would say that the abilities of the Raptors on the varsity squad go on and off the field. I would say that they're all really good at problem solving. They're all good at describing themselves. They're articulate. I find there are some common themes amongst all 5 of the players. They seem to be able to, they're helping each other with math, in the evening, but then they're also working on, double flip resets or whatever. And it's about as complicated as the math equations they're working on. And I'm like, cool, man, I can't help you with either. So talk about, what a coach's job is to be is more of a facilitator. I don't know any pro coaches who are better at the sport than their current team, or they would be playing.
Exactly. I'm coming from the baseball world, and some of the best managers of all time were bullpen catchers. They hardly ever played the game, but they watched the game nonstop because they were always in the dugout. And so they see things that you don't see in game.
I think that's a good point. I mean, your baseball background and your background as an athlete certainly carries over into what you see in esports. I think there's a lot of commonalities there.
Because, you call me an assistant coach, but I'm like a part-time assistant coach.
It all started in this classroom. I mean, how could you not? You couldn't be any closer to all of this than anybody else.
That's true, but this classroom is definitely morphed.
I mean, it doesn't look any different than it used to, does it?
Well, except that you don't have the hand-me-down Wii's and game platforms. You have these awesome monitors and microphones and cameras and
things have evolved. I'd like to say things have changed for the better.
You're like one step away from what's that? Was it Mech Wars? We had the huge console to play.
Yes.
You're like one step away from that right
Welcome
now.
to Mech Wars. I have a really good chess player who's excited to come back to school because I said I would host his stream. What a play! Connected, clip it, zip it.
I remember loving Woozy's play back during tryouts.
Oh my gosh, right over the 2 defenders and all the way to California, bounces off a wave, slides back to New Mexico, and is ready for the kickoff. Holy.
That was amazing.
What an error. I mean, the air roll went perfectly to redirect it underneath.
Yeah.
The ball bounces softer at the bottom of the car than it does.
These kids have mastered the physics of this game so well. The physics that are unreal. Obviously they're fantastic fantasy-like physics, and they get it. There's no limitations.
Pinch off the wall, going to be unfortunately bounced back down. Aquatic getting a chance. Static pops it in the air, not going to follow. Good rotations here on the Raptors. A lot of the Rocket League rotations similar to that basketball weaving drill.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, that for me was super hard when I was a kid. I couldn't follow along.
Do they do something similar in hockey to that?
Yeah, there's definitely, you're warming up, you're breaking out, you're weaving, you want to get 3 or 4 passes across before you get down to the other side of the ice. I think it's more difficult in Rocket League because you got to conceptualize the open space.
Yeah.
You've got to find that space in basketball, soccer, hockey.
I know one.
Finds the open space. Sounds like a book.
Yeah. I will say Central Middle School, Aquatic, and I think it's Fate are always around the ball.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if they can make something happen here. I'd like to see some more offensive rushes come from Central Middle School. It might come from just controlling that ball on the breakout.
How important do you find in these really competitive matches is that like tip off, like getting to the ball first? Could you get some gimmies, at this level, or is it there's no more of those?
I would say that even in pro sports, the lack of communication creates opportunity. And there's a time when, a kickoff might have 2 people who could go for it. 2 cars are equally waiting, and you've got to talk to someone who's going, who's not going. Because if everybody goes, that creates opportunity. And let's see what happens, how this occurs. Truss hits it off. Connor actually gets bumped out of the way, which creates a panic there for Aquatic. Good, smart play. So, we're at the level now where it's not about can I make connection. It's what happens if they do or don't. And they're making bumping plays, and they're setting picks, essentially,
Yeah.
And I like this because, in a sense, like hockey, if you put on a big enough check, that person's out. And they're out for a little bit. And if you miss, then hey, you put yourself out of position, and that's a bad play. So, talk it, see right there. Any subtle hit. So I do like that there is this combination here between physicality in the gaming space, and there's a cost to it. If you miss that check, I don't know what just happened there.
Yeah.
That's a calculus problem I don't want to solve. Trust off the side. Static opens the side door, and then Trust comes in off the side. What a team play. Wow.
That was nice. That was a nice little touch pass right up to the hoop.
2-0, and so far Central Middle School looking to get something here on the board that's going to be clip-worthy to send to the student body. That's what this is all about. Fate tries to get there, playing some shadow defense, but not quite sure which way to turn. You can see Connor almost gets the demo, and Fate's like, left, right, I don't know.
Do we know how long Central's been playing?
This is, I believe, their 2nd or 3rd year in the league, and they have a great setup over there. They're very well supported. The principals and the administration, the staff over there are really behind their gamers, and they got some cool stuff going on. I wish I could share more pictures of what they have going on, but it's pretty neat. It's definitely, they have more, I think they got like more lab space and computers than I do.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's wonderful to see how these programs are being supported, not only just across the Southwestern, but like in real classrooms. Like, this is not like I know a person. I'm like, no, like these are real people. They have these real setups. And it's nice to be in here, but this is one of many that are emerging. It's so cool. Oh, and a Woozy.
Out of nowhere.
Speaking of emerging.
It was a nice little sniper hits come out of nowhere. Kind of just hovers and then comes in.
Wonderful shot. Wow.
And these are all 8th graders on the James Monroe squad as of now, right?
These are all 8th graders, and Cibola is super pumped to have all of these players. I mean, Cibola's going for a state championship, I hope, run this season. I really think they have the talent there. And you should see the roster at Cibola is like our old yearbook stuff. I mean, I didn't realize a few of my students, I didn't know until I actually heard them on a Discord call. I'm like, wait, your name's Tanner. I used to teach you. Like, yeah, what up, Dr. Harvey? I'm like, what? This is crazy. Like, yeah, I got into Rocket League. I'm like, wow. So I'm excited to see that these kids also have a future beyond this. They're hopefully, these kids are already playing in the 1, 2, 3 percentile range already.
Yeah.
And so, looking for scholarships, we're in the 0.01 percentile range. I mean, that's black and white metrics for a parent who wants to know really how good is their kid. It's not, oh, this recruiter said this and they went to this camp and it's so
No,
subjective.
it's like, are they good or not? It's right here.
ranked. Yes, it is 100% ranked.
I remember hearing the scouts in my living room. My parents asked me, how good is he? And it's all, well, blah, blah, blah. But this is...
Tell me that, yeah. And how could they know, though? I mean, obviously, you were really good. But it's just hard to know. And so, like, obviously, I guess with more data, it's a little easier now for all sports. Oh! Unfortunate there, aquatic. Trying. Truss flies off, don't even know, kills the fans. I don't know where his car went just went right straight into the fans.
Yeah, Connor made a go at it, looks like. It just missed and got upended by the side of the goal there.
It's all right, you know.
There you go.
Good showing here for the varsity crew. 7 more seconds here might close out our best of 5. I want to thank everybody who tuned in and got a chance, all 10 viewers, people having a good time. And Woozy scooping it in for a 0-second goal. Static flying in the middle of nowhere up there afterwards. I don't know if you caught that.
Right there. What Woozy just did, controlling the ball on his hood there, that's unreal. I can't do that. I've been trying to master that skill, and I can't.
Bilingual beast, Woozy, coming in, man. I tell you, the guy is on fire. Great job to Central Esports. Big shout out to California for playing some great games. I thought, honestly, it was a good showing for our Raptors. I'm going to put newbies 3. That was for our new varsity players to enjoy that. I know a couple. Last week we had the United States Army Pro team come in and they joined us and we watched footage from our championship games against EMS, and we had a great talk about his, like conversations about, what work can lead on in the military, and what, like being a medic or being a psychologist or being anything, so many pathways.
So let me understand this. The U.S. Army has a team.
Oh yeah.
For this game.
Oh yeah, and they have a Dance Dance Revolution team. They have any team you can. They have the pro level. They got it. So we have a United States Army Pro jersey coming in. We're gonna put it in that case.
That is awesome.
So we have some cool stuff. I'm honestly super excited to. I don't know if you saw the front of the school. We have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just totally changes up the walk right there.
It looks good. You did a good job in a short amount of time.
That was Mr. Savage. So shout outs to him. Good games. Thank you, James Wood, co-founder of the Western League. We have a trophy coming. We're going to put up there for second place in the conference. That's out of 47 teams, and I don't know. I think we're coming back in April. I'm not sure. We're coming. I don't know.
Hey, we're coming back. April 5th. We'll be back here in person.
Okay, so April. It's April 5th, not April Fool. It's not a joke, right?
No, it's happening.
I never thought of that until now.
That was from the States. So yeah, we're coming back. We're going to see these kids playing live.
These kids have never even been I've never met my esports kids. Some kids, I threw their jersey in their car and they just kept driving. They have no idea how awesome these nano leaf lights. We have so much going on here. I spent 20 minutes doing cable management today, having some fun, having a good time. But the rigs, everything is just.
That is amazing.
We finally got it all ready to go. I think with this setup, in the green screen, we didn't get our push button stuff in the goal explosions yet today. I kind of held back on that. But when we have the wide, we're going to have 3 cameras. Everyone will have their camera, and then their face cams will pop up so they'll be able to see them play. It's going to be phenomenal. So I'm hoping to be putting these kids in a pretty good spot here in 4 years.
It's unreal. I mean, coming from a place like I said, where you're right. I was on the ground floor with your concepts with gaming and academics, and to see like what we were using, like I said, hand-me-down Wii's, old Nintendo 64s, and did we have a GameCube or was it Nintendo 64? What was it?
Oh, I still have a Nintendo 64,
yeah.
My green translucent one.
And then playing the first generation virtual PlayStation games. And then to this, it's amazing. And those kids now who initially were into that class, they're graduating in a couple months. They're
That's
seniors.
I think we're joined here by Awuzie, Thrilla, and Trust. How you guys doing? Let's hear from Awuzie and Trust. How was your game 1 of your spring season? Trust, how we doing? Great game.
Yeah, I think it's going good right now. I mean, just won, so we're starting off good right now.
Tell us about your experience with your new teammates.
We're pretty good. We have a lot of good chemistry. We have a lot of communication and some good rotation.
Do you
But
do you guys feel like you already have like kind of like your niche within the team? Like who's specializing in getting back on time for defense? Who's specializing like pushing forward on attack?
yeah, we usually communicate a lot on that, and we're still practicing about it.
Still evolving, still getting better, right?
Yeah.
Good.
So, question for Awuzie. Great plays, by the way. There was one redirect midair that was I was talking. I almost choked on my own sentence. And
Was that the little back catch love tap there?
it was insane. I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what language I speak. Tell us, obviously something good, but tell us something that maybe you could have worked on based on your experience today.
We definitely have a lot of chemistry, but something we could work on is maybe rotating off of offense to defense, maybe because we had a lot of offense on those games that we had.
Do you think it was harder to do that though with a team that really wasn't pushing you guys to play defense a whole lot?
Well, we saw that they weren't really pushing a lot. The first game they did a fantastic job of holding us back, but and then like as we saw them like staying back, we and triple committing, then that we took over. I don't know how to say it. Like I guess we took advantage of that, and then we started like playing more offensive.
Yeah, sometimes aggression pays off, and I think that's what happened. I think they were playing not to lose instead of playing to win.
Oh, yeah, very well. That's a good point.
They weren't taking the risks, and once you realize that, well, if they're not going to risk it, we can risk all the time.
I think that's a good point. When you're playing, like, at the very beginning of the game, it's so exciting because you just have no idea, like, how good they are.
It's the feel out.
Yeah, and everyone's like, I got this. And it's dangerous, right? Because everyone's like, no, I got this, right? And everyone's going. And slowly, I could see that in the first game, people were, like, still figuring out whether they got this or not. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
And I wonder if it would be cool to kind of see as the players age, as they get more mature and confident, how that feel out time changes. If you just have that player who's like, I'm just taking it.
Right.
We're this is us. You have to learn how to adapt to us. Because I realize at this point, everyone's kind of like just like they're dipping their toe in the water a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
are they good or are they not?
That's a good point.
So I wonder how that feel out time, if it shrinks or grows as the players mature in age and experience.
Well, let's get one last question in here to Static. Static, the second varsity player to kind of come in here. How was your first game? This is your first ever competitive esports match. So, how was that actually?
Oh, it was pretty fun. Me and Awuzie and Trust were chatting pretty well and, just having a lot of fun.
Okay, now you got a chance to play with two of your teammates. We have Greg and Mint also ready in the wing for next week or the next round of matches. What does it mean for you after all the gaming you've had in your life to play competitively versus just playing casually?
It's pretty awesome. Like playing competitively. It's pretty fun. You guys get to learn more and improve on the game a lot.
Now, what are you concerned about here the most as you enter into the spring season? What's one thing that you're going to be keeping on your mind?
Probably just call outs, I would say, like more call outs throughout the season.
So communication, speaking and listening, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, what would you say might be one of your goals for this season personally, as you know, try to get into May and you go into high school next year? What's a rank goal, or what's a personal mechanic goal you have going into this season?
Probably to get to Champ 1 this season.
Okay, I think you can definitely do that. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much to Awuzie, Static, and Trust for our after game show. I appreciate your thoughtful remarks. I know the audience appreciates hearing the players that they watch play. So congratulations to you all, starting off the season 1-0. Good way to start the season. Mr. Lopez, appreciate you coming in here.
Of course, I'm glad I was still here.
Dude, I know. Glad you let me in the building. As for everybody, have a great Thursday. Have a great week. Stay safe. Look after each other. Take care.
Miles.
Sheesh. Dang.
Name.
Although we were low-key popping off.
Yeah.